All right, so how the birth control industry influences lawmakers. So the massive financial interests drive policy. The birth control industry, including pharmaceutical companies, generates billions of dollars annually. This economic power allows them to lobby aggressively for laws that promote their products. Lobbying and political donations, pharmaceutical giants behind birth control pills donate millions to political campaigns to ensure favorable legislations. Lobbyists work behind the scenes to shape healthcare policies that increase birth control access and maintain insurance coverage. Many lawmakers receive campaign funds from companies producing birth control, creating a conflict of interest. Right? So the legislation that favors the industry, mandating free access to birth control under insurance policies, create a guaranteed revenue stream for manufacturers. Over-the-counter availability, increased sales while removing the need for physician oversight, minimizing medical accountability. Some governments have attempted to mandate birth control education in schools, framing it as a health necessity, further expanding the industry's customer base. So public misinformation and media control, Big Pharma funds studies and promotes narratives that downplay risks associated with hormonal birth control, such as blood clots, depression, and infertility. They partner with media outlets to suppress negative coverage while promoting the idea that birth control is an essential human right. Social media campaigns backed by pharmaceutical-funded non-governmental organizations, NGOs, pushing an agenda that equates birth control access to female empowerment, ignoring long-term risks. Influencing global health organizations. Organizations like the World Health Organizations and Planned Parenthood receive funding from pharmaceutical companies, which allows the industry to control reproductive health policies worldwide. International aid programs often tie funding for women's healthcare to birth control access, ensuring high global sales of these drugs. Silencing the opposition. So, medical professionals and researchers who raise concerns about birth control face professional consequences, including the loss of funding or job termination. Religious institutions or pro-family advocacy groups are labeled as anti-women or misogynistic to discredit their warnings about the effects of hormonal contraception. Long-term industry goals, expanding markets in developing countries to ensure a continuous demand for contraceptives, pushing birth control mandates for all women, particularly in high population nations, under the guise of population control and sustainability, and ensuring future dependency on pharmaceuticals by promoting early stage contraceptive use, which can lead to infertility issues, creating demand for expensive fertility treatments later in life. So the birth control industry's undue influence on lawmakers ensures that profits take priority over health, morality, and informed consent. So this again, this is another topic that snowballed into all of this. You reach into one topic and it just gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, this issue just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. As it started out with one thing and it just goes into the next. So what happens are these what it should be. Let's start with the basics here. What it should be. There's a government. Okay, there's three branches of the government, and one branch is the lawmakers, right? The lawmakers, right? The lawmakers shouldn't have any type of influence from the industry, right? The lawmakers should, but we see that in practice it certainly does, but it should not, right? It should be independent from the industry. Why? Because the people that are making the laws do so not to ensure that the industry makes billions of dollars of profit, and the profit margin is through the roof. The lawmakers will make the laws to protect people, to protect humanity, to protect the interests of the country. But what do we have? This ridiculous conflict here, and the conflict of interest is so readily apparent. But it's just nobody will doubt that there's a conflict. there. The conflict of interest is, of course, that the industry is funding, the lawmakers, and the lawmakers is, they are not a lawmaker anymore. What is a lawmaker? The lawmaker is an unbiased, gentleman, or a woman that is, learned person, a learned person that will understand the law, and they will draft policy for the country, that will favor the development of the nation, not ensure some type of industry, birth control, especially birth control, that kills the future of the nation. So I mean, this is an extraordinary conflict of interest, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree. But the money is there's so much money that can it be stopped? Well, the law is blind. That's why there's a blind lady on the Lady Justice is 100% blind. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much influence this type of industry could hold. These lawmakers are just as guilty, and to accept this type of bribery, to be able to pass legislation that will, basically, deceive, the whole nation. The whole world is being deceived by this kind of thing. And who is paying the ultimate price? Of course, is the children that have lost their lives due to these drugs, right? They do not prevent the ovulation. The baby is conceived and then killed at the later and natural, healthy stage of development. They will fail to implant because of these drugs. No, the baby's alive. I mean, there's no question. You can never take away the humanity. So this video is about how the birth control industry influences lawmakers.